Starting to look very good for Bitcoin, guys. Look how Bitcoin is holding above that former resistance, which is right now acting as support. In today's video, we are going to talk about what might happen today with the Bitcoin price. We will be having a look at some whale portal data, some other charts, and some interesting points that I want to talk about in today's video, because today is also the last day that Americans can vote, and maybe we can see already a little bit what's happening in the election in the Bitcoin price. So guys, let's jump straight into it. And right now we are looking at Bitcoin on a daily time frame, and as you can see, we are very close to that next 60-day cycle low time frame, which is this red box right here. But as you can see, if we zoom in on the daily time frame, we get a very beautiful green candle, and if this candle closes above 68,700, then that means we have a bullish engulfing candle. That candle closes above the previous red candle. And if we bring out the moving average, this is the 10-day moving average. And the reason why I bring this out, because normally when we have a 60-day cycle low, when we break above the 10-day moving average, we have kind of like a confirmation, extra confirmation that was the 60-day cycle low. So for example, right here, we can see we have a 60-day cycle low, break above the 10-day moving average. A little bit ugly where we go a bit below it again, but eventually it is a sign that we have seen that 60-day cycle low. Here we have a 60-day cycle low. The moment we break above the 10-day moving average, we actually stay above it roughly till we top. Here we also have another example. The moment we break above the 10-day moving average, this level is acting as support, right? So definitely this is something to watch. The 10-day moving average right now is roughly at $70,000. But if we already look at the pattern right here on Bitcoin, we go to the 4-hour time frame. I already told you yesterday, this is looking like a falling wedge formation, and I expect this falling wedge to break out to the upside. So it definitely looks like that this potential right here could be that 60-day cycle low. That is definitely possible, because when this is nicely breaking out to the upside, the target of this wedge formation is, of course, the top of the wedge will be at 72,500. And if we were to reach these levels, then we also probably going to try and break this specific neckline again and enter the discovery phase where we actually break above all-time highs. And let me show you how that looks. That is this bigger white line that you can see right here, which if we zoom out right here, let me get rid of the moving average. If we zoom out, this could be an inverse head and shoulders. So we have a left shoulder right here, head in the middle, right shoulder right here. But this could also be that cup and handle formation. So this is the cup and this is the handle. Something similar like we have seen with gold right here, where we also have a cup, a handle, breakout. So like I said, I've been very clear in my last videos that I'm expecting this one to resolve to the upside. I'm expecting this one to resolve to the upside, not only because the structure is looking good, and but also because a lot of other things, like for example liquidity right now. If we have a look at the liquidation heat maps, liquidity is above us. When we look at whale portal, we can see the selling pressure significantly decreased, which means that more and more people started to panic the moment Bitcoin actually was making a correction. Momentum indicators have been coming down. So this is quite funny how the psychology of the market actually works, because if you were to remember right here, when we were at this top, everyone was like extremely bullish. Like at this specific moment, everyone was extremely bullish, talking about how we enter this last phase of the cycle. And the moment that Bitcoin gets a rejection or gets some selling pressure from the resistance, which is basically more than logical to get some resistance, because we are close to the 60-day cycle low. We have the presidential elections that brings a lot of insecurity, right? Uncertainty. So this was really normal. I would actually argue that only this drop from this key resistance, only a drop of, let's calculate this, guys, a drop of roughly 8 to 9% is pretty decent for Bitcoin. This still shows a lot of strength. I mean, we are very late in the 60-day cycle, We have a lot of uncertainty with the presidential elections, so a lot of things are happening. So I actually think that what we are seeing with Bitcoin right now, I definitely think it shows more strength rather than weakness. But it's just funny how the market psychology works, that at this moment everyone is talking again that Bitcoin might have been topping and that we are going to enter a bear market. And yeah, I can understand the feelings, but it's just this is actually kind of crazy. But if we have a look at the polls, guys, we can see that actually on the betting side, Poly market, Trump went up in comparison to yesterday. Does that mean that he has a higher chance to win? Well, maybe. I think so, because these betting sites are definitely websites where the money is put where the mouth is, right? So all these polls on these mainstream media outlets, I don't know. I personally don't really trust them. I would rather trust the betting websites than these other polls. But yeah. Anyway, we gotta see it either today or tomorrow. But yeah, you guys know how I think about it. But this is just lining up very perfectly. Falling wedge formation. We are breaking, as of speaking, right now to the upside. We have low selling pressure. The sentiment is slightly bullish right now, but we just come out of bearish territory. So a lot of people doubting right here. Liquidity is above us. And yeah, it's just looking all in all very good for the next hour. So let's have a look at the 4-hour EMA ribbon. What's happening with that one? Okay, so we are right now running into that one. So this would be nice if we break above the 4-hour EMA ribbon and this level is acting as support, then you can expect similar things like we previously do when we break above the 4-hour EMA ribbon generally. And this is, you know what's also the powerful thing? Is whenever we set that next 60-day cycle low, so it's not a certainty that this is the 60-day cycle low. It becomes a higher probability when we break above the 10-day moving average. That's important to note. This is not a certainty that this is the 60-day cycle low. But if this were to be the 60-day cycle low, that means that the next 30 days most likely will be a very nice upside momentum for Bitcoin, because the early phase of the 60-day cycles are often, as you can see right here, are very, very bullish, right? And then it really depends whether it is a left or right translated cycle. But if we look at this cycle already, this one has been a right translated cycle. We topped very late in the cycle, which is actually also a very bullish sign. So we topped very late in the previous 60-day cycle. Right now we are at the edge of starting a new 60-day cycle, which means that early in this 60-day cycle we can get a lot of strength. We get the presidential elections coming up today, the last day to vote. Tomorrow we probably have the results. I really hope. And that might bring some confidence back into the markets, which can only drive the price up. And then looking at the World Portal data, it's not clearly this is only upside, but it looks decent, and we have the liquidity to the upside. Guys, picture for me is really clear. The picture definitely changes when we break below these levels. Okay, a clean break of this key support which we are holding right now. That is a very warning signal and will increase the probabilities of more downside, but right now we are not seeing that. So okay guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, make sure to smash up the like button, guys. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon. And I want to wish you all a beautiful day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye.